This week in Harlem, Mase released a diss track towards Sean P. Diddy Combs. He's going by Diddy now, right?
Love.
He's going by
Love.
Love.
Now.
That's his name now. He changed it when he moved to Miami.
Changed it. Sean Love Combs.
Sean Love Combs.
And he's known as Love now.
That's on his driver's license.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. He posted on the gram.
Changed his name. He's Love now, bro.
Okay. Mase ain't feeling the love, B. He's not feeling the love.
It's been, 25 years? Now he just figured it out?
Yeah, how we feel about that, man? I mean, on the track, he said a lot of things referring to publishing, a lot of things referring to like money owed, you know what I'm saying? Told him he just a dude that know how to market death. There's a lot being said. Through auto-tune too. That's the thing that kind of threw me. Like, why the auto-tune? Like,
It's messy.
yeah.
I felt like he was trying to be like Drake on that record.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe trying to recreate back-to-back vibe.
Yeah?
I felt that. The auto-tune, the vibe, even how he started the beginning of the song, when he kept repeating himself, I'm like, what the fuck is the purpose?
Nah, Drake ain't had no auto-tune.
Drake ain't have
No,
back to
but
back.
sometimes, a person think they doing something, but they don't do it right. Like, somebody be like, yo, I'm Curry. No, bro.
I think he was just trying to be current.
Current?
Who's the most current on it?
But that auto-tune ain't current.
It ain't current.
For Mase it is.
Yeah.
You might have a point there.
But this, you might have a point.
You might have a point there. For him, he think he's current.
He think he current. I mean,
You looking shocked because it's really hard for you to feel like people are just not in touch like that. Like, they could be there, but is he that far?
No, I definitely think
Gone?
that. I definitely think that. Like, just the way it sounds. It doesn't.
Sounds
Like,
outdated.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
I'm lost.
What he's saying though?
what he's saying was, some of that shit was hot.
But is it relevant right now though? Like, does anybody care at this point?
I think it's something going on under the surface that's been going on that's probably just about to get to where it got to get to, that we just starting to see unravel. Because he does this ever so often where he comes with
Yeah.
but it's for a reason. It got to be for a reason.
For a reason.
But,
Something going on.
but what did he get the other times he came with the
Maybe
record? Did anything
it
occur?
was a promise. Because you see, anytime some other shit happen, it'd be like a Bad Boy reunion tour or some like random show or some shit. Then you see them
Yeah,
niggas
people pop up out of
performing
nowhere.
at some residency, they dancing, they doing their more money, more problems or whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
And then they kind of like just, people forget about it until it's a time like this again.
So you think that he's cool with Puff and they just playing this all
I
together?
definitely don't.
I definitely
nobody
don't
cares
think that.
enough for them niggas to stage it.
Okay.
Nobody cares. But
Unless Mase is broke and Puff is like, do your thing. People do that behind scenes.
And I don't even think it's
do your
that. It
thing.
might have been simple as a conversation with him saying that he was gonna do something for him that he ain't do. And then boom. That's my take.
I also, too, has Puff really fallen off? He might not be what he used to be musically, but he's still relevant. He's still fucking young bitches. He's still getting money. And then a dude that's like, yo, I was with this guy in 97, 98. And you just see him living the life. You don't ever hear Puff having money problems. That resentment starts to creep in. Like, yo, that's some of my money he's spending.
It is some of his fucking money.
Well, fuck you.
That ain't some of his publishing money when he signed the deal.
How is it not some of his money?
When you sign a fuck
the contract, if you didn't read it, it's not your money.
And you know what? And this be my thing, because I sat too many times in this chair and I listen to artists and the things that they're saying, and there be legends that still kind of like disgruntled about the first deal that they signed. You know what I mean? They might still be going through litigations or whatever. Whatever it wasn't right. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, you signed it though. Like, I could complain about, battle rap not giving royalties or whatever, but it's something that you decide. Like, if you get to the point where, you know what, this ain't right, don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
But can I ask y'all a question?
Go for it.
What if I know your situation, or you know my situation, right? We can just put it on me. Like, I've been podcasting, I've been on film for 2.5 years now. So I'm basically still new to this. Say you get a platform and you give me a fucked up deal just because I don't know. Or maybe I send it to my lawyer. My lawyer isn't familiar with podcasting, the YouTube royalties and all, but you're familiar.
Right.
And I'm just not. Am I not gonna be tight about that? Am I not gonna be tight? You don't even gotta be my mans. We have a good relationship right now, right? And you take it vice versa. I get a situation, and you find out off the situation later on, I'm making more money than you, but you was good off the situation. You would be tight with me.
But what's fair? If somebody's money is fucked up, right? They in the dirt, and hey, in the next 18 months, you're gonna make 600 grand after taxes. That's more than you was ever gonna see in the next 10 years based on your trajectory. Right. But I'm putting you on, I'm taking all the risk. Is that not a fair deal?
Because this is basically the situation.
Yeah.
With some of these deals, they say, yo, I'm gonna buy some of your publishing, give you some bread, so you could look rich right now. And you be like, you know what? I'll do it. And they take the money. Here's the thing. Something happened to you the day after you signed that contract. You got your money. I won't get nothing. You know what I mean? If you flop, nobody want to hear you again, or you do your thing and then you catch some weirdo charge, then niggas is like, oh, nah, we ain't fucking with this nigga. You know what I mean? They'll turn his music off.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Turn his music off. Then I might not see my money back. You dig what I'm saying? It might not be worth the investment I offered up front.
Yeah, that's true.
But years down the line, you get success. It's a gamble. I feel like if I'm buying your publishing, I'm gambling on you being that nigga or you making a hit or whatever ahead of time. So when I get the, you know what I mean? 666 come out. Bow!
You know what I'm looking for to get done
I
with
hit.
But you know what I'm looking for to get done when the 666, when the 456 come out?
What?
Let's renegotiate. It's simple. That's what everybody. That's the
don't
simple.
work like that in business, though.
No. In the music business, hold on. When you sell records, all the rules is out the window. I can renegotiate with y'all for what I'm worth
your
right
terms
now.
is up.
Fulfill your contract.
Exactly. It don't happen.
That's
It don't happen
standard.
like that.
No,
That's
whoa,
real. That's real.
That's not true because
Whoa, that's
I heard about Nelly, who was also under
You
Kuda.
can renegotiate your whole contract, son.
I heard about Nelly after his first album success.
We went
He
down.
renegotiated.
So did MC Hammer. So did a lot of people silently.
But how many records do you have to sell in order to renegotiate?
It's not about records.
What
It's,
if-
I don't
what
think
if
that's
they-
true,
what if they
'cause-
fulfilled their contract from that first record.
it's about 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna fulfill your entire contract from a first record.
Yeah, but nobody thought Nelly was gonna pop. He goes down.
It doesn't. Okay, but this is what I'm saying. You have deal points, right?
Right.
Once you hit certain markers of your deal points, you can renegotiate. Some people don't know. Some people are scared.
But I think it's a point left out. I think once you recoup, like shit gotta be recouped in the black for somebody to be like, okay, let's renegotiate.
But if you go diamond,
if you go diamond, because there's not too many artists in our time.
Exactly.
Let's chill. Mace fucking recouped, nigga. Mace was in the 90s was doing 4 or 5 million, nigga, in the US. Not
true.
even
We talking about
nationwide. We
single,
talking about
we
in
talking about
in the US.
we talking about writing hits
He had the
for
right
Puff.
he had the right to renegotiate. Now whether he did or not, then yeah.
This is the 90s too we talking about.
That's on
and
him.
this is Puff we talking about.
But we
So
got
how many niggas really negotiated with? I don't know one nigga that made it out alive.
Jada
That
Kiss and
renegotiated.
French-
Them niggas ain't renegotiate.
French-
They forced them niggas
French,
to get dropped.
can we throw French out
No,
there?
they
Hell
never got.
no.
Whoa,
Why not?
whoa.
Because
They
French
never
was signed
got.
to a major label. Bad Boy was just a subsidiary. That was some.
Yeah,
that
Bad Boy
that was
a-
just the.
He was
some
really
other
signed.
shit.
He was really signed to Ross.
Exactly. Well,
And
not
Ross did-
even.
but
He
they
was
said
signed
Ross-
to Sony. He signed to Sony Epic right now, actually.
Now,
And
but
before
that-
that, I think he was Interscope, if I'm not mistaken. So, I think Bad Boy was with Interscope as to why it would make sense
That was the money.
that
That was the money play.
Right.
Ross was coming up. Ross was established, but he didn't have the money in the bank for the label. So when French wanted more money than Ross was prepared to give, he got Meek and them cheap. Ross wanted more money, so he pulled in Puff Daddy to secure the deal, and it became Maybach Bad Boy. That's all. It's only a money play. It ain't about being with this guy or marketing here. I want to go to this label. They work radio really good. That's where I want to be at.
Right.
I don't want to be with these niggas. This is a safe place for me. Puffy can give me projects. I'm a New York nigga. I'm not like Wale. I'm not like Meek. I'm actually from New York City. This is synergy. This is a good play for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even with the Mase thing, think about this. 50 wanted Mase, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that wanted Mase, Puffy
saw
was
that.
like 5 million, 3 million on top. Yo, you can give him a budget, but I want 3 to 5 million. Word to my mother, back when 50 was hot.
Can we understand why Puff would do something like that?
Puff don't want to leave any money on the table.
Think about
Not
it.
even just that.
Think about it. Hold on, it ain't just that. It ain't just that.
I'm not, I don't think so.
All right, Big is gone. Mase, he has enough success to say, okay, Bad Boy
It's still established.
is still Bad Boy. Second album comes around, he's out. How you think Puff feels? Like, yo, you dipping?
You left me stranded.
I
don't
put
think nobody
everything
ever thought
into
about
you.
that.
You think about every one of Puff's singles, even some Biggie singles. Who was on it?
Mase.
That was an investment. He was looking for Mase to keep the ship running. And Mase just decided, I don't want to do this no more.
He wanted to save his life.
Yeah, but I was that see, he know the deal. I was about to say the same
He
thing.
wanted to save his life.
Yes, nigga.
Break that down, son.
You know, history states that most of these legacy acts that was signed to the God didn't make it out. Outside of niggas like the Locks, that's a unique case because they already had business with DNY, who was in cahoots with Puff.
Right.
To make it easy for that transition to happen on some street shit.
Easy.
It was the Warlock.
Easy.
Easy is getting out.
That wasn't easy,
I think
though.
the hardest part is
These
when
they had to go to Hot 97 and threaten to push the
refrigerator
refrigerators out
I
the
feel
window
that,
on this
but
nigga.
that was easy because guess what? Mase making all these records and all this shit. He's still in it.
Right.
Yo, Puffy
So-
still getting publishing. I think Puffy just stopped getting publishing off of Jada like last year, nigga. So no, they didn't get away easy. He been eating they publishing for
Nah,
a
but when I
long
say
time.
get away
they
easy,
were still
they
going
still
through
got
that.
they still got to go create their own market on their own block. It
Right.
doesn't have to be on the Bad Boy block. So that's what I mean by
Gotcha.
they made it out. You know what I mean? But a lot of other niggas either died or is no way out.
You seen what happened with
Literally.
G-Dep.
No way out.
Literally.
Literally. Man, that's some scary
I
shit. That's some scary shit, bro. I wanted to be signed to Bad Boy, bro. I
Who
was,
didn't? That was the Bulls.
It's
in
hard for
96.
me.
That's the 96 Bulls.
yeah, facts.
But there are people that do business with Puff, and he does good business by
yeah.
them.
I'm sure. I mean, this is a new day and age also.
I mean,
too.
even back then, there
Like
are
who-
people
who-
that have done. There are people that have done work with him and gotten their wares, and been good. But when you sign into a label, think about everybody that signed to a label. Faith still has a career, right? Biggie, we know he would have still had a career.
Fact.
If Mase never stopped recording, he would have been on the circuit right now easily. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that come through the labels, they're not career people. And people feel like that they get lost in the sauce. Yo, this guy had a chance or this guy would have had a chance. But is this being a star and getting hit records is very hard. It's not for everybody.
Now, I gotta ask this question. How did Red Cafe make it out?
What you mean? He was writing songs.
He was more on the
Right.
publishing end.
Yeah, he was. So you know how much of a big check that is.
But Red
I think-
Cafe, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
He's always been a businessman. He probably went into that with the right situation to make it easy for him.
And he had people around him. He was in a group with Who Kid, who knows the business, and he's probably a dude that listens.
Right.
They probably told him, yo, Red, you're gonna get fucked over. This is how you go about it. You know we hard-headed in this industry. It's only a few % of people that will listen to advice and say, I think he's steering me the right way.
Right.
Most people hear the shit and be like, I'm doing it my way. I ain't gonna get fucked. And then what do you have? Multiple artists saying, yo, I got fucked over.
But why do you feel like Red Cafe made it? I feel like he didn't even get a full look for real. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he had to go around like, I remember when Red, I fuck with Red.
Yeah.
Like, that's, you know what I'm
he's
saying?
good money.
Now, let's be real, but okay, when he was rapping first, Track Masters, then he fucked with Fab and they was trying to
Envy.
do the group together. And you know what I'm saying? They tried to do things, but Red's biggest thing, although honestly, I think Red Cafe was a star at that time. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't get the look. I think a lot of things are about timing with people. When he got the Puffy, I thought that was gonna be his best look. But the only record that I really got was Hottest Nigga in the Hood. Yeah. After that, I wasn't really vibing. He was still writing for people. I saw him in Miami. He was still writing he writes for mad people that niggas don't know that he writes for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're hearing Red Cafe lyrics, you know what I'm saying? So
can I say,
okay,
you think he's comfortable? There's some people that say, fuck, I don't want to be a star. That publisher money, you get publisher. You know what a publishing check looks like.
Publishing check is a monster.
It's so good, you could be like, I'm good. So you think he's one of them few dudes that just said, I'm good, I don't want to be.
I think he could have been. I mean, these guys would know better because there's rap talk. Like, there's rapper talk that niggas talk about when
I think
regular people aren't around.
I'm sure he's good.
Yeah, see?
I mean, he had real estate a long time ago. He had real estate when he was living here. I think he's maybe still living in Miami.
I'm just trying to point out like why you don't hear certain things out of certain people.
They happy.
They understand the business.
Or they're like, I don't want to go against this monster.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like if I go against Puff, am I gonna survive this? Not in a physical sense, in a popularity sense.
Who survived?
Going against Puff?
Who survived? Going against big niggas. That's established.
It's tough.
Who fucking survives that?
It's tough. Yeah.
50 Cent might have survived it, but did he go against, you know what I'm saying? He went against big niggas after he had a tragedy per se, and it was in the mix to a whole lot of things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But besides him, who went up against a whole bunch of big niggas and came out on top? I don't know how many established big people in the game that people have warred with and came out on top. And if I'm wrong, like name me one. I only really know 50 Cent who's warred with people and lived after it.
But two giants was behind 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? So like, it kind of, that war kind of got evened off. You know what I'm saying?
But they wasn't with him at first.
They wasn't with him
He
at
worked
first.
this way. He still put out Wankster, and they picked that up. So he was already moving. You know what I'm saying?
It was
Right, but Wankster didn't drop until he was Shady Aftermath.
That's a fact with the video and all
it's
that.
an in-between.
He dropped Wankster before Shady, and Shady picked it up and put it on the soundtrack and shot the video.
And,
so
then the world knew
then
about
the world
that.
knew, definitely, definitely.
Right. So again, before the signing, everybody didn't know.
It was just a New York thing.
It was just a New York thing.
Gotcha.
I feel like when shit like this comes out, and I feel like Mase, you kind of missed your moment to take a stand like this. Like, if you'd have did it when you had the fans behind you, it would have been more of like, you know, just like the Locks. The Locks made their play when it was like, okay, we got fans. The fans is gonna want to see us off. It's gonna be conflicting. We're gonna forget about this record in like a week, bro.
Tomorrow.
If not by Sunday.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day for the play.
And then what does it mean? Nothing. It's almost like you just encourage somebody to just keep your shit forever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you really just say, yo, we ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing. All right, cool. I'm keeping this shit. Like, why do I have to change my mind?
Can I ask you a question? When did Window Shopper come out? When 50 had Mase rolling around and
2006.
That was the time, bro.
Yeah.
There it is. 2006.
6, 7.
Shit on Puffy if he's not letting me go.
But he was
you want
trying
3
it
million?
though.
Huh?
He was trying it.
He was trying to shit on Puffy. It just wasn't working.
Connecting.
Not,
He had all
again,
them
no.
500 bar freestyles.
Again,
where it was
just
like he was
just,
on his murder shit.
Just looking at how Puff could look at it. We was that. You picked up, you dipped. Then you come back and you trying to recreate what we got with somebody else.
5 million.
That's 5 million.
That's 5 million.
5 million for emotional damages that I feel watching you dance behind a nigga the way you was dance behind me.
Plus tax.
You lived in my crib. You wore my jewelry.
You wore my jewelry.
It was like family.
You wore the number 2.
Yeah.
Window shopping was hard though. But who's, I always thought Mase wrote that hook, but who's to say he did? Because we can't front on 50's pen.
Yeah.
And 50
But you
was
gotta remember,
influenced
Fifth-
by Mace.
Fifth was writing for Puff.
He definitely
Absolutely.
was. At first.
So
and he, he got that through J-Lo.
I feel like shit.
He got what through J-Lo?
Yeah.
The writing.
With Puffy? Mm-hmm. I had no idea.
She was like, yo, this guy's gonna be that dude. And that's when they were together, and that's that time frame. And that's
He was
why
writing
this.
for Puffy. I
And then that's
definitely
when
know that.
Irv, when Fifth was gonna do that song with J-Lo, he jumped in and found that was that whole time frame.
I didn't know about that.
That's how he caught it.
All right. So does Oracle 2 make sense at all?
It makes sense for Mace. It's like, all right, you spoke your truths. Now go back on Clubhouse. Talk about it.
So then it don't make no sense, Dizza, because you a rapper, Dizza.
Not
so
because
you
I'm a
saying
rapper,
that.
and I'm from Harlem, but we don't
Okay.
care about Mace.
But this
In
is
the most respectful way.
what I'm saying.
Officially.
This is what I'm saying.
How long
Smoke Dizza has declared that Harlem does not care about Mace.
When did that
Talk
happen?
about Mace. I mean, shit.
When he bounced, right?
I don't even
When he
say.
went to
I
Atlanta?
wouldn't even say when he bounced, because that's like. You can't say that because you can't be mad at a nigga trying to change his life.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you abandoned us. No, you didn't.
Right.
You're just living your life. I think, from a rapper standpoint, from a nigga from Harlem, it just don't hit the way it hit before.
Yeah. But it's not
20
going.
The
Two
classics
decades
is going to be
later.
the classics.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm not listening to Been Around the World remix.
Right.
Or not listening to Harlem World and know the shit word
Classics.
for word.
Right. Word for word.
That's 97.
Word for word.
That was when I was 13, right? So in the 2000s, the G-Unit era, it kind of, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Yeah.
I was excited.
Yeah, I was too.
See, I wasn't excited
The
about
video,
that.
the Sesame
I
Street
was.
video,
I hated
the
that song
dances,
and
the
beat.
outfits. I'm like, okay, this is the single. What's next? It wasn't nothing next. Then it was a G-Unit thing. Then it's like, all right, bet, I'm excited again.
Yeah, I was
Right.
excited about G-Unit.
Then it's like,
I'm
all
not
right,
gonna
50,
cap.
50 signing everybody. I'm excited
Yeah, I'm
again.
excited. Yeah.
Window Shopper comes, he does all these pointless freestyles where it's like, you cursing, but you're not cursing. But you're saying I can't really figure you out. Right?
It's confusing.
It's confusing. And then 50 like, I ain't giving you $5 million for this glass jaw, nigga. All right, so you already discredited this nigga. So now
once 50 said that.
phase is over. So then, come back maybe 6 years later. Now you going back at it with Cam and Jim and them niggas.
Which at the time was
Which it was
appreciated.
entertaining.
Yeah, it was
entertaining.
entertaining.
Is he
Right.
an attention
Right.
seeker? Because look how you going through the whole discography.
I wouldn't even say attention seeker. I say it's a delayed reaction from niggas that was shooting at him forever, and it was just like, I've had enough.
What if he don't know how to market himself? What if that's
It's
the
Mace.
problem?
He don't have to market.
Yes,
Nah,
you do.
No, it's Mace.
You
What do
still have to
How are you
market
marketing yourself? You know how you market yourself, bro?
Okay, tell
On
me.
Instagram. You don't have
He
to
don't-
say nothing. Mace still looks like Mace. He doesn't look like another nigga as to why we don't fuck with him.
But people giving up.
What,
Is
giving
that
up
it?
on him?
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
just give up
over.
on me.
It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
what-
Niggas
I mean-
don't want to hear that shit.
Okay, Jim Jones.
Niggas
thought
wanna hear Jim.
But now.
But Jim don't stop.
But
Jim don't stop.
Jim don't
So let me
stop,
say
bro.
this. But niggas thought Even Jim came on and said this is like a renaissance of Jim Jones. That's where I got the word from when we talked about us.
Right.
Jim said this is a renaissance. This is his second time around. This is his rebirth.
Right.
He put in different style of work. Nobody expected Jim. Jim is bigger than Cam right now. Like, Cam's not recording. Cam's not doing nothing. Jewel's not doing nothing. Out of all the Dipset, Jim is bigger now to me than he ever was.
Even when he was rolling with Max B.
Even when before Max B, he had bigger records.
Agree with that.
Listen, he had bigger records with Max B. I'm not gonna lie with Max. I'm talking about right now with the respect.
In what capacity?
With the respect he's rolling
Bigger, you
around
said he had bigger records with Max?
than he has right now.
I don't agree. He got set the trends right now.
No,
That's
okay,
burning.
that's one record. I'm talking about.
That's bigger than balling?
No,
That's-
hell no.
I mean, but Max ain't on balling. It's just
But you get
it's a
the-
legend has it.
But then
Whatever.
Max-
I get where
It's
you
like
coming
everybody
from.
knows.
I get where you coming from.
But the legend has it that he wrote it. Now he had some bigger records back then. Nobody was checking for him musically for a while.
Right.
Now people are.
What about
checking.
Summer in Miami when he was dropping that
People
with
were-
All
Trey?
that shit was
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, but being hard, right, and getting records played for a short amount of time is cool. He's in a renaissance right now. Even when he signed with Rock Nation, he had no
Hold on,
records
can I
out
say
and was
something?
hosting, definitely.
Everybody that Jim inspired is on top right now.
Like who? Tell me.
Like the Migos,
Mm-hmm.
like even when it come to niggas like Dirk. Like look at them niggas. You know what I
They
mean?
dress
Even
like
if it's
him,
not
you
in the
saying?
music, I'm talking about
Vibe.
So Jones'
He
influence stretches like that? Break it down, because there's some people
was-
that's ignorant to that.
Yeah, because it's like, you know,
What
when
do you
think,
see?
When I think of Jim Jones, like the BB Simon belts,
That's true.
ACGs,
The ACG.
the boot cut antique,
style of
or
the jeans.
the style of the jeans, even the cut, like
shirt
a lot
fit.
of that shit, the rock star shit, Chrome Hearts,
The
all that
studded
shit.
rock star
the
shit.
studs,
Capo
yeah.
been
rock
doing
star
that.
shit.
Capo was doing that shit fucking 10 years ago.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
But was he
that
getting the credit for it 10 years ago?
It was more
Absolutely.
Jewel.
You think so?
I think Jewel.
Wait.
Listen,
Okay,
listen,
Jewels.
I could break it down.
Okay,
think
break it down.
Jewels.
Break it down.
Now, all of them niggas got the credit as far
Yeah.
as for whatever they did. But I'm gonna say Capo because Capo was in the streets for real.
Yeah.
You can walk down 15th and 7th and see that same nigga you see on MTV right there. With the BB belt, with the tank top, with the braids, with the bandana. He lived it.
Right.
So it made it believable. You feel me? Because it was believable.
Right.
And to this present day right now, he just got better rapping.
Okay.
Style ain't changed.
Okay.
You feel me? That's why he could do Drip Report and do all of this shit.
Okay.
Nobody could challenge Capo because that's real life. That's literally what he been planting the seed for the last 10 years.
But
For his
understand,
own solo run.
Capo, Cam, all these guys are influenced by Mase.
No.
You don't
They
think
all
so?
Mace is
No,
peers.
no.
Fuck
They all
wasn't influenced by that.
Hold
They
on,
was just
hold
that
on,
was
hold
just
on,
their
hold
peer. I don't think they was influenced.
But you
by
can't
him.
tell me it wasn't an inspiration when Mase made it.
I think it was, of course. I mean, to be inspired.
Horse and carriage.
But look, when
I'm a horse and carriage. Yeah, exactly. You wanna know
OD.
why? Because it's more of a Mase record than a Cameron record. When we think of Cam,
Definitely.
we ain't thinking about horse
I'm
and
thinking about
carriage.
357.
Horse and
Yeah,
carriage, you think about.
357.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Touch it or not.
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
That was a Mase move. Even to I can't say to
You know,
some
Mase
extent.
didn't sound like that originally.
You talking about Children of
Yeah,
the
that-
sound
that was
something
Puff.
That was crafted
Puff,
by
yeah.
Puff.
That was Puff.
Right.
Mase
Yeah.
didn't originally sound like that.
He was Murder Man.
And they wasn't influenced by Mase because, again, they're all peers. The influence would have came from Big L.
Right.
Facts.
Big L was the initial
McGruff.
influence,
Right.
you know?
Niggas, you know what I mean?
McGruff.
Street
I
niggas.
forgot about
McGruff
McGruff.
was influenced
But
by Big
I
L.
don't
It all
wanna get-
started from
Definitely.
him.
I don't want to get off track.
Okay.
What does this record mean? Because to me it means I just looked at my finances and I'm not happy.
There you go.
But you know, I don't think it means that.
What does
For
it mean?
one, you know, all of this shit is legend has it, right? But I mean, it has to be some type of truth to it. Like, it's a lot of contradiction. Because I feel like the same thing that Mase won from Puff, is the same thing Fivio might want from Mase. Right? Because
That who wants from who?
Fivio.
Wants from Mase?
Yeah.
Right.
What you mean?
Because he signed Fivio
Yeah,
for
he
$5,000.
signed.
Legend has it.
Mason Betha signed Fivio?
You didn't notice?
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably so.
But just for a deal?
I mean, why not?
He didn't sign for
Oh. Well, I don't really know but I know that much
Right.
that happened. So it's like, it's kind of like a hurt people kind of thing. So when I hear that, I'm just like, you know, a nigga took advantage of you, so you took advantage of another nigga.
Right.
So it's like, treat the niggas how you teach the nigga, but why you doing that if this is the type of
Right.
energy that you gonna lead off from something that happened 25-year-old bad business.
Well, let's not speculate because we don't know what that Fivio situation.
Right, but
the details of it. We don't know the details
we don't know,
of it.
but I
Right.
do know it's something along the lines of that. The pub shit, I don't know, but it's something along the
Maybe
lines
he
of that
didn't
other
have
shit.
more money to give to Fivio. I mean, I'm just being
Devil's
somebody
advocate?
on the shoulder. Like,
Right.
like I want to sign you. I don't got enough money. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna put a gamble down because I'm trying to get paid.
As a business manager and a manager, what could Mase give Fivio that could really be of equal value if it ain't money?
Connection.
There you go. I can walk you in. Although Mase, see, the thing that I wonder about these older rappers, right? All the same people who they have real relationships with, 9 times out of 10 are still in the buildings.
Right.
They might not be in the Def Jam building. They over in the Sony building now.
Right.
They over in the Atlantic building
But
now.
you know how music industry be. Niggas act funny sometimes.
But you can
you
get-
not
yeah,
hot.
that's a fact.
But you
You
can
not
get
hot. You
no,
know this
no.
is-
But listen,
Listen,
okay, go ahead. I'm
Q-Tip
gonna let y'all
sat
say what y'all gonna say.
in his shop and said he shopped Megan Thee Stallion and she was turned down by multiple situations because her social media the numbers wasn't crazy.
So you know he was supposed to do?
He said the cosign don't mean nothing.
This means everything. Carl Crawford had the bag. So what
No,
you mean?
what you saying is true.
oh,
I'm
no.
saying the cosign don't mean nothing.
Yeah, no,
It's who walk you in.
Who walk you in?
She just
How do you
wasn't walked in
deny
by the right
Q-Tip?
person.
Because Q-Tip ain't putting no fucking money
You're not
up.
hot or you
Nah,
don't have the
I
money.
don't even think it's that. I think for somebody to take that serious, they probably looking at an artist that will remind them of Q-Tip. That's probably what they want from Q-Tip. Imagine Q-Tip bringing you a drill artist. As
You ain't
good as
fucking
it
with
might
that.
be, you might just be like, what is this, a money play? You're not really gonna understand.
Right.
Like, because it's Q-Tip. Right? So it's
Yeah.
like,
Good
it's
idea.
who brings it in.
Right.
Because if Hov walked in Megan Thee Stallion,
It'd be
who's
different.
who's stopping
Cheat Code
Hov?
Records.
Who's stopping Nas? Who's
Yeah,
stopping 50?
But
Right.
I also think like
So
when
the cosign means something, for sure.
but
I agree.
also I think what you're doing at that moment matters. It's almost like one of your interviews went viral. The joint with Maul talking about Joe.
Yeah.
So now everybody's on your show. So tell me that, not to play you, but doesn't your phone ring a little bit different? Yo, you got a slot open for an interview?
Yeah, I think niggas take me a little more serious now.
You see? Thank you.
Yeah, but that's with the game though.
Absolutely.
Right? Because it's like if we hooping and you see a nigga consistently have good games, right? That wasn't supposed to have good games.
Right.
You're gonna be like, nah, I got him.
Right.
Yeah, yo, what's up? You wanna run? It starts getting a little different now. You know what I mean? So that's really just how it is.
That's why you can't take none of this. You
Can't take it personal.
You can't take none of those
None of it.
personal.
Yes.
Because things change.
Absolutely.
All
Things
the time.
change, and you're not gonna deny the opportunity in the future. If you do, you'd be silly. You'd be silly. You'd hate everybody, and nobody could work with you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It is what it is. So, just closing this down.
Yeah.
Mase dissing Diddy in 2022.
Thumbs down.
Yeah. Waste of time.
Thumbs down. Oh, Bigger got thumbs up.
Big over, what's up?
Bigger
Big over,
got thumbs up.
Why you feel it was a thumbs up?
I mean, I know these guys, and I just feel differently. Different when you kind
Feel
of
that.
grew up with these guys.
I feel like
Right.
And I can't agree with you. I'm from A Block, so I can't
I
say
feel that.
Mase is totally, you know what I'm saying, our side of Harlem respect what he did, not only for
No, we
Harlem
respect it.
for hip hop. Period. You know what I'm saying? He did something major.
No, he did. Let me not let my point go astray.
Yeah, 'cause you
Me
don't want to watch
personally.
this and be like,
Oh,
damn,
not even that. I mean, this is just my perspective. It don't take away from who he is as a man.
Yeah.
Right.
I respect what he did
We
in
all
the
do.
past.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
I'm talking about right now.
No, right now he ain't doing nothing.
It's not even not doing nothing. It's just like
I wouldn't have put a diss track out, right? It's like
Why?
you're not. Why?
Right.
It's way more
But like what
constructive.
Mav said, finance.
I can't.
He want to put
Finance.
his feelings on record. He want to put his, whether he have did it in the past or not.
I was about
he
to ask
wanna
you that.
put on record, this is what you have done to me. Everybody do look towards Mase and others like, what are your feelings on this? And right now that topic is hot, Freddie P and all these other people. So I think it's a more thing of him just putting it on wax like, this it is what it is. Why didn't he do it before? I believe he was being dangled. I believe he thought that Puff was going to give him that, he was going to get it back. That's why he did the show. That's why, he would do appearances, because he believed that he was going to get it back. But when you rocking with a dude and you realize at some point, you ain't never going to give me what I'm trying to get out of you.
Now I'm mad.
Yeah.
When you
just
do you
said-
think Puffy could have did a diss track when Mase just upped and just bounced and said, I'm going to be a reverend, I'm
Why?
never recording again?
But why would he do
No.
He did.
I wouldn't have done
He
it.
did.
I'm just
How?
asking.
When who?
He did.
Puffy
What-
was
what- what
He
track?
did.
What
The
track?
track when he jumped off the building and he had on the white outfit.
satisfy you.
I don't know what the name of the song was. It was a
Wasn't
big
he
office
jumping off
building
shit,
he was
man?
on. He was on the building, and that song was all about Mase.
Bad Boy for Life?
It was right after Mase left.
I got
The Godzilla song?
It
I
might have
don't
been
know. I don't know.
Godzilla. Yeah, it might have
I
been
think
a
it was a Godzilla
song. If you
joint.
listen to
But
the
that was
words,
rock. Oh, he
I'm
might
not
have been
talking about
kicking
Mase. He was
it.
saying how much he hated Mase, for, like, you rock with me all the way to this and then you gonna leave me. You know what I'm saying? Listen
Right.
to the words in the song.
It could have
So
been.
I understand. I understand your feelings being like yo, I just lost my man, and then you gonna leave. You know what I mean? And then you try to come back with somebody else. You didn't even think like, yo, let me come back to you, and be like, yo, I'm back. Let's make something happen.
No, the first
tried
album
to go
he
to
came
somebody
back
else.
to Puff. The first album he came back to Puff with that
The Welcome Back.
Welcome Back.
That Welcome
Yeah,
Back.
he came back.
That
to
ain't
Buffalo
really
on that.
pop.
Yeah.
Then he
They
went
was
to
on
50.
Universal.
Yeah,
They
they went to
was on
50.
Universal.
Yeah, that's how that pretty much.
They was on Universal. I do remember that.
Welcome Back.
I saw them walking in the building together, and I was shocked that them two niggas was together when they did the Welcome Back shit. I ain't gonna cap. That was
think-
on Universal on 57th Street.
It would have been more effective if he just did a podcast interview.
I think so too.
Yo,
That's true.
But they don't know how to reinvent themselves. Now, if he would have did a podcast
interview?
and been spitting all his old shit, he could have did 10 joints and got a big
Here's the
deal.
question:
And
Are
maybe
there,
who's
are
to
there
say that
more
it didn't
Mase
happen?
records coming after this?
I hope not.
No. And if you do the
you saying
podcast,
you hope
Mase,
not?
'cause when you do the podcast, Mase, you owe Smoke Business
Mase,
some fucking money. Ain't that the
already
truth?
doing
If you do
it.
the podcast,
If you don't come to the
Business.
shop, you 20%. Come to the shop, baby. Let's talk
probably
about
happening.
it. Let's talk about it.
Yo, this is gonna have Mase Publishing on the podcast. Now that's a real Harlem nigga.
Nah, I wouldn't even. Nah, real Harlem nigga give you your shit back.
He ain't doing that. He's an art. He's a
Real Harlem nigga
creative.
give you your shit
He's
back.
remember the creatives are different.
Yeah.
Nah, but
They
this,
are different.
Nah, I'm a businessman too. though.
this has been a businessman.
I
He
do
just
You're a
on
nicer
broad.
businessman because you're a creative. You understand the creative side and what they put into it. I get it.
Again, anytime someone gives you upfront money for your publishing, they're taking a risk.
It's a loan.
I mean, he did. He
Agreed.
gave Biggie a publishing deal for $250,000 that Biggie was mad about when he was alive.
I don't even think he got. Well, I don't know how real that is because,
Right.
as far as if that
If
brand
he ever got
cleared,
the $250,
right?
clear, right?
Because just from watching other shit, like other
Thought it was
interviews.
Puff, didn't you? Thought
Yeah, I
it was
thought from watching other interviews, like watching Big Gene talk about it, because the same way I watch your show, I'm a subscriber to your show too. You know what I mean? It pops up on my phone.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm also subscribed to a couple other things too, and I fuck with Big Gene's show.
Yeah.
Because it's funny. I wake up in the
Who
morning.
did
Gene
Gene
Deal.
Gene Deal.
Gene Deal.
The body, the ex-bodyguard
Bigger
for
loves.
Big and Puff.
Bigger loves Gene Deal.
I love him too. You know what I mean?
He got great content.
He's very
does.
entertaining
Yeah.
to watch.
Shout out to Gene
You know what I
Deal.
mean? So
Right.
from hearing what he said, I don't think Big ever got that money. Or if it was on, I don't know if it ever came through. I don't know, but that's just me being on the internet.
No, you
So
okay.
back in the
I'll
days,
respect
how
that.
it went it was pieces of money.
Increments.
And that's how it added
There
up
you go.
to it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I need some money, Puff. Here go a little 50. I need some money, Puff. Here go another 50. I need some money, Puff. Hey, now we gotta talk.
Kind of like what Dutch
You
said
know
with
what
the
I'm
petty
saying?
cash.
That's how it went.
Makes sense.
Documented. That's how
Makes
it went.
sense.
I mean,
Makes
Dutch
sense.
with the
Now we
petty
gotta
cash. Dutch with the petty cash is different because that's a different budget.
That's
See
part-
what
that's
bigger
part of your
see
budget.
what bigger is bringing into play is when you just need money, they can give you money and say this is where I'm gonna take it
Yeah,
from.
that's what it's accounted from.
And you don't even know. Don't worry about it. You need 50 grand. This is
'Cause
what
they
I'm
gonna
do.
scrape it back.
No, they gonna call you the next day and be like, this is what I figured out. This is what I could work out for you.
Right.
You know what I'm
Makes
saying?
sense.
I'm not gonna give you no paperwork, but I'm gonna put it in your mind that this is coming from your publishing.
Right.
So every time I give you an advance, that's from your publishing. So what we're gonna do is I gave you $250,000. We need to work this out within your deal because you owe me now.
Right.
And you knew where it was coming from.
Right.
I just didn't put it into works yet because you my man, Dizza.
Right.
And you need the money.
Yeah.
And Dizza don't know that I'm gonna get this nigga right
I'ma
now. I'm about
jank
to
him.
own all his shit.
But again, it's a risk because
Of course.
once I give you that bread, you
Biggie
can walk
was-
out. You can walk out.
Biggie wasn't a risk
and
at that time.
Jadakiss could push a refrigerator on you, and I don't get no money.
Biggie was not a risk at that time. Biggie's albums was out, per se, allegedly, and he had already sold records and spent his money. So if we know about
Yeah, Ready to
pipeline
Die
money,
was
you
already
don't
out.
get your money up front in the pipeline. It takes at least 9 to 12 months to get your money if everything is signed off on.
Right.
Okay? So even if he's spending his money, 12 to 9 months is when that money's gonna start coming in and you're gonna start seeing the royalties much later.
Right.
So I'm rocking that.
If you ever see
If you ever see, I'm rocking that.
You never get the back end.
I mean, and he's not wrong with that.
I mean, some
a
people
lot-
get the back end.
Yeah.
You gotta know how.
You never know
That's-
that movies, nothing.
But that's paperwork,
It's
though,
nasty,
Ghost.
man.
That's your lawyer. Your
Nah,
lawyer. Your lawyer gotta
Your
make sure.
lawyer
Listen,
gotta go
I'm gonna
audit-
tell you what niggas told me.
Audit the company.
I'm gonna tell you what I had the school niggas on about publishing. I'm gonna leave it at that. A nigga came to me. He said, "Yo, I'm about to sign a deal. I gotta do 16 100% songs." And he said, "Yo, I'm gonna do 16 songs." I said, "Bro, that's not 16 songs. 16 100% songs is if you wrote and produced your own
record.
song
That's a
with no
fact.
samples.
That's a fact.
So if you
That's
pin
a
this
fact.
shit, right? If you pin this,
50%.
I'm gonna give y'all a lesson. Say you pin the whole song, then you get 50% of the whole song. And I do a co-publishing deal with Math, right? Math gets half of my shit. So although I pin the whole record, I'm lucky to
25%.
walk away with 25%.
Fact.
So if you get 25% and you got 16 100% songs, you gotta multiply them 16 songs by 4. You gotta do 64 fucking songs to get out your first period of deal, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. So the 100% is based on its. Oh, that's
Based on a
production
whole
too.
song.
Woo. Yeah, you gotta
But
make
you
the
don't
beat.
write a whole song. That's why Drake's deal was good. He did 4 or 5 records with them. That's why you saw him flooding the block.
Boom.
I'm on. I'm flooding the block. Let me get my deals right. Let me get everything right. That's what I gotta do. See, that's the
So-
biggest thing. That's what I gotta do.
Let me
I'm
ask
gonna
you,
do that and get out.
Is that why dudes wasn't dropping EPs back then?
Yeah, because
They
you're
were-
not getting no credit.
So
You
they
get
had to
no
drop
credit
like
for EPs.
30 song albums,
A
double
EP
disc.
Fuck a 30-song album. Yeah, double disc,
Double
double
disc.
song. But an EP drop, 6 songs, no credit. You gotta go LP
Yeah.
to get publishing credit. And you only could get singles. If your singles spin, and then you gotta get full rate. You can't get
Anything
3/4
over
rate.
7 songs is a LP.
Yeah, it's an LP. There you go.
Space, what are you saying? What are you saying?
What are you saying?
Fuck this music shit.
It's a fuck the music business go.
Hey, it is what it is,
It's
man.
tough.
It's
It is- make better decisions.
Yeah.
Subscribe, niggas.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work. you heard? Making fiends leave earth, you heard? Got your baby mama thirst, you heard? Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard?